Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah. I do this. I do this. I do this, man.
Who does this? Who does this?
We do this. We do this.
You do this?
We do this. We do this. We do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I just finished an anime yesterday.
What anime was that?
It's called Monster.
Monster.
It's a thriller anime. Up there.
All right.
The pantheons of animes, allegedly.
Pantheon.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. 74 episodes. It's on Netflix for all you Canadians out there. I would recommend it. It's not your average anime. It's not like, those
Dragon Ball Z kind of.
Not fantasy. Yes. This very much could be a real life.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
This very much could be
so it's not
a real
like
life thing.
It's
like
not
everything
like
is based off of real life.
Oh, okay. So it's not like extreme out of the ordinary.
No.
Okay.
Like everything could be related to real life. And
I
I
like
gotta
it.
tell you, the thriller of the show is pretty phenomenal. Top tier. And the villain of the show, his name is Johan. You learn a lot
Johan.
about him. It takes place in Germany, the show.
Love it.
But they speak Japanese for some reason.
All right. Hey,
whatever, to each their own. But great show. I definitely recommend it. And you really learn the ins and outs of the of what's going on in reality. You know what I mean? Just relating everything to real life, showing whether it be the love of a parent to just drama in general. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Death is the only certainty we have in life. And whenever you're faced with oblivion, life is absolutely meaningless.
Oh, wow.
Young world, I am Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Welcome to another week.
Wow.
Another edition.
Jeez.
Another episode of The Blank with Carlos and Ryan.
On time this week.
Woo!
On time.
Woo! Woo!
Not just like a random Thursday or
Nope.
something like that. Yeah.
We back to your regularly scheduled program. Biatch. Thanks for having us. Ryan, do you want to say hi to the children?
Definitely. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Thursday.
Definitely it's the third Thursday of the new year of 2024.
It's the third week. We're in our third week.
And it's funny because this episode's actually 133. 133 episodes. I can't believe we've gotten that far, which is pretty nuts. But honestly, thank you for being here for another week, another episode.
A few more weeks, and we'll hit 150. And that's how many of the original Pokemon.
Oh yes, we're gonna have a Pokemon-esque episode on the 150.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
How many are there now? Do you know?
I'll be Jigglypuff.
That's a unique choice. Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't like Jigglypuff always come on like Jiggly?
Yeah, sings
Yeah,
and it sings to you until you fall asleep.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, which
I like
kind of accurate for you because that's what
and
you do
then
to
you
me.
evolve into Bill Cosby.
All right, let's continue on. Oh my God. The Blank, a podcast, a comedy, laughter. Oh my God, what the hell is? Oh.
If they sleep in, then
this is me panicking right now.
J. Cole, if they sleep in, then fuck them.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They sleeping on you, fuck them.
I'm just playing.
Oh boy. But yeah, say hi to the children.
But no, thank you for another week. Happy Friday if you happen to be listening on a Friday, and happy weekday. We've had a cold Toronto.
Cold Toronto.
the last couple of days, which has
Yes.
been nuts. It's actually pretty cold in our apartment today. So
It's really chilly at my place as well.
yeah, I don't
Pretty
know what it
chilly.
is. Like you think like they'd be
It
insulating
was minus
properly.
15 yesterday or Tuesday, and it's supposed to feel like minus 24
Oh, today?
yesterday
Oh,
or
okay,
Tuesday,
yeah.
either yesterday or
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah.
And I'm like, that is mental.
I think it was yesterday.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was miserable. That was that was absolutely insane. Oh,
I
why?
actually ended up walking from Bay and Dundas to the Real Sports Bar last night.
You're at the Real Sports Bar.
I went to the Real Sports Bar for the first time. I've never been there. That was my first time
Is that
yesterday.
the one near
It's right across from the
Scotiabank?
Scotiabank. Yeah. So like Scotiabank, where the Raptors play,
Yeah.
and then literally right across the street.
I've been there once. I think it was for work.
It's actually really nice.
Yeah, no, it's a
Beautiful
very nice
place.
spot. Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It was weird because when I got there, I went up to the front desk and they're like, I'm like, hey, I have friends that are up at the upstairs bar. And she's like, oh, okay, take this. And she gave me like a little ticket.
Mm.
And then she's like, go upstairs and then make a left. And then I'm like, what the hell? What do I need a ticket for? Why don't you just tell me to go?
Yeah.
So I go and the guy's like, do you have your ticket? I'm like, that's weird. So I gave it to him. And he's like, okay, you can go ahead now. I was like, is this like a secret club or something like that?
Oh dear.
It was
the
weird,
Illuminati.
man. It was weird.
And
it
then
got
you open the
packed.
door and then they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I know.
Real sports, they robbed you. Real sports.
Yeah.
Do we stab them? No, leave them be.
They beat me senselessly, and I will never go back to Real Sports. But the burger they gave me to leave was pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
so-
All right. Well, I mean, that's one. That's
all
at least you
thing.
leave on a high note. That's all that matters. Real sports bar.
But it was nice. It kind of reminded me of like a Vegas bar, like with all the
Yeah.
the TVs. It's double floored,
Definitely.
that kind of stuff. It was really nice.
That's always nice.
We'd definitely go back. It's a little bit.
I'm sure it's pricey though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right next to Scotiabank.
Yeah, my bill was like $100 itself.
And what? You only got water?
Yeah. Fresh water.
Yeah.
It was sparkling fresh water, but still.
But yeah, at the
$100,
same
yeah.
time, not worth it. Not worth it. Yeah, no, it's far too cold for me, and I don't like it. It's ridiculous. I'm just hoping global warming kicks in anytime now.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
went there. I don't give a shit.
That's worse than my joke.
Well, I don't care. Do your job, Trudeau. You know what I'm saying? Making all that money for climate change and whatnot. Where's the cold? Where's the heat? We need heat. We need heat. Let's talk about recent events. But before we get into that, there's a recent event that doesn't apply to everything because no one really cares about this team. I'm talking about obviously the Colts. But let's talk about your CEO. What he's been up to.
I don't know what the hell that was. I couldn't even pronounce the drug. I don't even know what the drug it was. But he's literally our GM, owner of the team.
Yeah.
Like crazy, just absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
The weirdest fucking
And
thing ever.
He's like at least in his 80s,
I don't know,
like 70s or 80s.
I would think like 70s, maybe late 60s or something like that.
Okay,
but
he looks old.
He looks
like
old,
he
yeah.
looks very old.
He looks old.
But anyways, yes, go ahead and please explain
Well,
your CEO's.
See, I don't even know exactly what happened, but sometime in December, he was like, I remember seeing the news. They were like, yeah, Jim Irsay, at the hospital for something with his lungs or something like that. We're like, oh shit, hopefully he's okay.
Like elderly, sure.
Hopefully he's okay. This and that. He's the
right.
owner of our team, whatchamacallit. But then they sometimes release like additional information after these news posts come out. Our season ends. Then they finally come out and say what the hell was happening. They found him unconscious from some opioid drug that he was doing. And he's had supposedly
the
an
needle
addiction.
was in his arm when they found him.
Crazy. And supposedly he had like an addiction for like a long time. I couldn't believe it. And I'm like, man, this is the owner of the Colts team.
Yeah.
Is addicted to opioids.
So it kind of makes sense now, the trades that he's been making.
Absolutely nuts.
Is that not
well, we haven't made the playoffs in quite a while.
So it kind of makes
it's not looking good.
Puts you through a drug bender, you know what I mean? Leading a team like that.
It's not looking good.
Oh well. That goes to show you what type of person Ryan is. He only supports drug dealers and also horrible teams. So that goes to show you guys. But I don't. Not my Bears. They would never. The CEO won't do me like that.
Wow.
He's a black man, you know.
Is he?
He is.
Wow, it's amazing.
Woo!
Go Bears.
Go
Bears.
And other sports related news, NBA trades. Raptors trade specifically.
Man, that is like one. It's a hard one. It's a hard one.
Of an era.
The end of an era.
Siakam's gone, y'all. we lost Siakam to Indiana. Chris Boucher is our only remnant of that
2019
fantastic
June
2019 team.
They actually won on my birthday.
Isn't that not
June
wild?
June 13th.
Is that not wild?
2019. They won on my birthday.
And we just came back from Dominican.
We came back from Dominican. Yes. Yeah.
Crazy.
Sad though, man.
Yeah.
Sad to see him go.
Yeah.
It made sense on our end, and he's going to a good team.
They got some solid. I wouldn't say players, but I mean some solid. We got first round picks.
Yeah. Well, he went to Indy, which is another thing. Indianapolis. So the Indiana Pacers, it's the same sort of thing. Yeah. So I'm rooting for him still.
I'm not. Screw you.
I'm excited to see him. He's actually supposed to play tonight.
That's right.
So we'll see what happens with that.
I was on my way here. I was walking. I see the TVs and the bars, and I'm looking at all these players. I'm like, damn, I don't recognize anybody anymore.
It's sad, man.
Yeah, it's wow. Times are changing, bro.
So shout out to you, Pascal.
You got to move on, though. That's a lesson, guys. So when times are, when people get old, all right, people get old. And that's when they get old, you got to get rid of them. So all you fellas out there, if your chick is getting old on you, move on. Wow. Move on to the younger ones. You know what I'm saying? Tinder is only one click away, y'all. Swipe right to the younger chicks is all I got to say about that. That's my advice to you fellas out there. When they're getting old, beat it. What do you mean you need a cane to walk now? Yo, let me go hop up to the nearest university, see what's up with you ladies. That's my advice.
It went from Pascal Siakam to swiping on young women on Tinder.
Women, bro. I'm just saying. Speaking of young women, does she use a black hand?
I have no idea.
It's okay. It's between us. Anywho, speaking of young women, did you hear the story about the Italian prime minister? What she went through?
I saw a headlining, but I don't know what happened at all.
So basically, the Italian prime minister is a female. I forget her name, but basically, she was sitting down with her husband one day, and the husband, who I don't believe is in political office, is basically He's the first husband of the Italian of the Italian government. And he's just chilling. He's like, "Hey, baby." Or, hey, baby, do you wish to have the threesome? A threesome. That's how he said it, word verbatim.
Damn.
Yeah. And he suggested threesome.
So he wanted a threesome.
Yes, with another female.
Yes. What if it was another male?
I think the reaction from her would be the same. They did break up. She did break up after that suggestion. But I think the reaction would still be the same.
You think with political politics and people in that sort of status, they would normally have some sort of stray away from the actual problem. Other than the Monica Lewinsky kind of stuff that came out, I would find that most politicians would not want that kind of stuff out in the
hell no. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think I only think she disagreed with all that because she's female. Every male and those politicians, no, they get freaky deaky with the deaky freaky deaky. You are the leader of the goddamn free world, and you mean to tell me that you ain't blowing some freaking university chick's back out in the goddamn Oval Office? Please. You think Trudeau ain't piping down females out in Carleton University right now?
He definitely is.
100%. He's single, though, so I guess he sort of gets the pass. But still, even when he was married, 100%.
Cheating left and right.
Absolutely.
Left and right.
You're a politician. These guys are all crooks. You guys rip us off for taxes. They probably raised the tax prices because he has to pay off all the goddamn hoes that he's retaining. And we're paying for this.
Makes me sick.
Damn sick.
Makes me sick.
This next election, y'all. Vote for who you want to vote for. I ain't going to tell you who to vote for because that's none of my business. But if you want to save this goddamn country, you know who to vote for. You know.
We'll see about that.
I tried gummies this week.
That came out of nowhere. What? What? Okay, so for those who don't know what we're talking about, there are marijuana gummies or
That's right.
THC gummies that give you the same effects if you're smoking that herb,
That Zaza.
that herbdine,
Yeah.
that green,
That
that Kush,
marijuana. That
Kush
Mary
gang.
Jane. You know.
Yeah,
That gas.
yeah. That
You're running out of nicknames already.
in Cambodian it's actually called kaja.
That's what we're calling it now.
That
That
kaja.
Kaja, baby.
Yeah, that
That
kaja.
Zaza Kaja.
Yeah.
That Zaza Kaja.
That goddamn.
Woo! That ooey.
But okay, so where is this coming from? Why did you go to a dispensary?
I went to a dispensary.
Because we bought it legally.
Yeah.
Not illegally. Yeah, not illegally. Carlos bought it legally
from a dispensary.
Nothing illegal about that.
Well, except for the fact that I stabbed the guy when he
and I robbed the damn place.
I robbed the place after. But other than that, nothing illegal took place. But yeah, I don't know. I just walked into this. I just saw the dispensary, and I'm just like, I wonder, because lately I haven't been very sleepy. I guess I've been having a few sleepless nights, and I'm just trying to figure that out. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me see if these gummies work, because I've heard stories of people passing out from gummies, right? So I get my first gummy on Tuesday. Get my first pack. I'm like, hey, can you help a brother out to figure out what's going to make me go to sleep? Now, I'm not talking about comatosis or anything, but I mean,
I gotta wake up the next morning.
I gotta wake up. I gotta work. All right, but I mean something that'll, get me passed out.
Yeah.
All right. So where's the kaja at? So he goes through looking. The lady that actually helped me out on the Tuesday. She goes through. She helps me out. Gets me a pack. It's grape flavored, I believe. Grape
good.
flavored gummies, a sour gummy.
Sour gummies.
All right. The purchase about like $10, not bad. So I get my purchase.
How much did it come with?
It was only 2 gummies.
2 gummies.
2 gummies.
2 gummies, $10. That's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's like a pretty big gummy too. So it's not like small. So I go home. I'm at home. It's about like 9 o'clock. I'm lying in bed, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. I rip off the top of the pack, take out the gummy, insert just one gummy.
Just one.
Just one.
I think 2 would have been.
I'm gonna get to that.
All right.
So I try the one, and I'm laying down, and I'm watching Netflix, to pass the time to see if I feel anything. And I was about to go up to use the washroom. I'm like, all right, I don't feel anything. But then I feel everything go really slow.
And how much time has passed?
This is about an hour.
An hour. Okay. That's pretty quick.
So I'm like, oh, got me doing like a slow motion step up. But no, I was, oh dear. Okay, I'm starting to feel it. I'm feeling my face. It feels like something's crushing into my face. I can feel the blood streaming in my face.
So before that, when was the last time you got high?
The last time I got high was...
It's got to be at least a couple months, couple years.
Like a few years.
Oh, wow. So it's been a while.
It's been a
minute. So Carlos isn't a frequent.
No, let's be clear. I ain't no pothead. All right, I do not frequent the kaja as often as I should. All right. I just, I've only done it socially. Yeah. I haven't done it. This is my first experiment socially or privately. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
personal use.
Yes. So I'm feeling it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm feeling this. But I lay down and I close my eyes. I'm seeing all these visions in my head, and it's just visions of just like, I had it was a weird dream, and you were in it.
Oh wow!
So basically, you're like, Carlos, man, we gotta go. I'm like, go where?
We're going to
we gotta go. So we're walking, and we're outside. And while you and me are walking, I'm noticing shit on the street is getting like weird. A bus turns into like a giant rat, and then it transforms into a human butt. I'm like, how do you go from a bus, a rat, and then to a humanoid transfer? What's going on here?
I'm really
like, issues getting real. Like even humans are transforming at this point. Beyonce was doing like the stanky leg with like a bunch of these kids. Like, I'm visualizing some weird ish, and I
Just
do
out of
not
it.
know what the meaning of this is.
Just out of it.
Meanwhile, I'm talking to you the entire time. I'm like, yo, Ryan, are you seeing this shit? And he's just like, Carlos, man, can you please? We gotta go. What the? I don't know what's going on. But
Carlos, relax.
during this time, yeah, you're literally like, yo, relax. We just gotta go. But I'm witnessing legit Christ coming back to earth, and you're just like, we gotta go. We're gonna be late.
Absolute madness.
It's insane. But still, a few hours pass, and I'm still not sleepy for some reason. But the dream, the whatever that was vivid as hell, because I've never had an intuitive dream like that in my life.
Okay.
It was insane.
You remember all of it?
Oh my! It was nuts. It was nuts. A lot more happened, but it's kind of fuzzy now. But so I wake up the next morning. I'm still tired, and I'm like, shit. So I only have one gummy left. I'm like, no, one gummy's not going to be enough. I go back to the same place, and I'm like, get me another goddamn pack with 2. They're like, here you go. Thank you. I go back home. Nightfall comes. I grab the gummy. 2 this time. And I'm like,
this is number 2.
These are number 2. No, it's number 2, but 2 gummies.
Wow.
Insert, let's do this.
Wow.
Watching Netflix for 1 hour, and then I feel it. My eyes are, oh
Blaze.
boy, I'm feeling good. That Kajar's hitting me real hard right now. Oh my god.
2 gummies.
So I go to my mirror to check if it is, and oh yes, I felt it. I felt it. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling same the blood flowing through my veins, but the dreams aren't as vivid this time around.
Surprisingly.
So, because it knocked me the hell out.
Oh, you were out.
Oh, I was out.
Out.
So I'm knocked out, and then I wake up the next morning, this morning, and I feel energized. I feel good.
Wow.
I'm not.
You didn't wake up in the middle of the night?
No, I'm waking up.
Nothing like that?
I'm free. I feel great. I feel good. Na, and like I knew I would.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it actually worked.
It worked.
So do you think you need 2 gummies?
2
Go
gummies.
forward?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a big boy.
It's expensive sleep.
I mean, but is it worth it in the end?
It is.
I mean, I need a peace of mind.
Hey.
And if it's 2 gummies, it's so goddamn.
You got to get sleep.
Yes.
That's like one of the
course.
most important things.
You'll die without it. You'll literally die without it. So, you know what I'm saying?
I like it.
That's it. That's my lifestyle now.
So you got to enjoy the high for a bit?
Yes.
You get it for like an hour or 2?
Yes, I enjoyed it. I avoided family to ensure that I didn't want them asking me questions. Because boy, I look like goddamn.
So what is the best thing about it other than the sleep part?
I think it's just a relaxation because you forget everything else.
Yeah.
You just focus on what's going on right now. Like there's no voices in your head telling you that life is absolutely meaningless in front of oblivion.
Shout out to Monster on Netflix.
But at the same, it's just relaxation, man. Just focusing on you. There's no focus. Just you don't think. It's just I'm relaxed. I'm calm, cool, and collect.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's me now. I'm calm, cool, and collect.
No, you're convincing me pretty well, man.
I mean, it was solid. It was solid. It wasn't like I'm not gonna lie. The first time I did it with the first gummy, I was giggly as hell. I was laughing at the shit that was not even funny. Don't ask me what I was laughing at because that's canceled.
That's another episode.
That's the whole thing. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Yeah. But the second time, the second day, which was yesterday, I did the 2 gummies. I was watching Monster, like those last episodes, and it's a thriller show. But usually it's not supposed to be scary. But when I was high, those last few episodes terrified me.
Scary.
I was horrified.
Heck.
Like there was like some moments I'm like, oh, there was one scene where the main character, his eyes were like this, staring, and I was matching him for some reason. For like 20 minutes, I was staring at the screen like,
oh my god!
And I'm like, why?
And for our audio listeners, Carlos is very wide-eyed.
I was wide-eyed, bro.
Looking at the screen.
It was
straight face,
dude.
Tough.
Oh boy. But yeah, that was great. But yeah, I got to say gummies are great. They're
Full
safe.
advocate. You're behind them.
I pledge allegiance
You pledge
to the I
allegiance.
pledge allegiance to the Kaja, and I'm all
Do
set.
you sacrifice a lamb for it?
Um, I
I
mean, I'll stop doing heroin now. I don't know if I'll sacrifice a lamb for it. I'll stop doing
See,
heroin.
the sick thing about like gummies and like the whole marijuana like pushed when we legalized it in Canada.
Yeah,
For those of our international listeners, if we have any, um,
Korea.
it was such a crazy
It was
thing
nuts.
because like us growing up, you know, it was always illegal and like it wasn't easy. It was easy to get, but not as accessible as walking
Right.
into your store nowadays and
Absolutely.
just buying it with your credit
And
card
now
or
the
your
stores are
cash or something.
everywhere,
And
which
they're
is
everywhere.
nuts
Oh,
to
it's like
me.
every other. It's every like 2
Yeah,
stores.
they're like convenience stores. They're like
Literally.
everywhere, everywhere, and they have like strands on strands on strands. It's not like your
Yeah.
cheap regular shit, right? But damn,
And
it's nuts.
I think the thing like about it is that the more and more that it got legalized, I don't think that there was like an uptick of people using it, but I think like the normalization of it being okay and like being useful in certain circumstances, like you know, imagine people that were having sleep trouble, maybe tried melatonin or any other sort of like
Mm,
you know tea or whatever it may be, and then now you have that solution for a guy like you. It's like perfect. It's like why did I like sort of withhold this or why did I not go about this earlier in my lifetime? You know what
mm,
I mean? And it's such a great thing overall. Yes, it can be abused and yes, there are the bad sides to it, but like I wholeheartedly support it as well. I don't do it myself, but you know, I do remember the times of having a lot of fun being high and like being relaxed and you know, just having a good time. Like you're just kind of not in the sober mind state, but you're still sort of enjoying
mm,
certain things, and you can still, you know, be serious if you need to be serious, or you still need to do certain things. You can still do it. But it's just a great feeling, and I think that more and more people need to do it because it will probably make them feel a little bit better and not so stressed out during the day, or at least something to look forward to when you're coming home at night. So, yeah, I'm an advocate. I fully support it. Um, you know, maybe I'll go pick up some gummies myself, and then I'll uh, I'll get myself a Jigglypuff
Woo! Get a
review.
Jigglypuff thing going. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? I walk in on you and you're like sitting down, just blasting the Jigglypuff song. I'm
Oh
like,
my god! And I'm
you know
hoping
what? Forget it. I'm sorry.
watching old school Bill
Yeah,
Cosby.
just watching old school Big Cosmo playing the Jigglypuff song.
Oh
Like,
my
we're gonna
god!
keep you off the gummies for a while.
Yeah.
Lil Nas X is back.
Back is in what?
He has a new song out.
Oh really?
Mm,
Oh sick.
it's called J Christ.
J Christ
Yeah,
and
J obviously being short for
hey
Jeffrey.
Jesus. Okay. All right.
And so the entire video he is mocking, is that the term, of Christianity,
Okay.
their famous stories. He's twerking as Jesus Christ in the video.
Wow.
He parades as Moses for a bit.
Wow. Wow.
I think he dunked on Jesus as well in the video.
That's actually good. I like that. That's actually very funny. That's actually a very funny like joke because you would only understand that if you played basketball at some point in time, or if you watch basketball. Like the disrespect of dunking on somebody. You know what I mean? When's the last time you saw in a music video somebody dunking on somebody else? That should be like the diss. Like Nas when he did Ether should have had a video of him dunking on Jay Z.
And that would have just added the nail to the coffin, basically.
Exactly.
Wow. Just wow.
50
Just wow.
Cent on
Yeah. Ja Rule.
Ja,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow.
P Diddy on Cassie.
Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
I'm just playing. I'm just
Uh-oh.
playing.
But yeah, very interesting video.
Damn.
My take on it is find God.
Alrighty then. We'll have to look that up. I
Find
gotta look that up.
God. You know who you are. I'm specifically talking to Lil Nas X. If you see this, find God.
I like Lil Nas X, man.
Well, he's a troll.
I like his style.
He's a troll.
He's dope.
He's very trollish.
Yeah.
He could use some kaja and relax on the damn. All right.
Oh man.
And on that note, we'll be right back. We have more things to talk about after this commercial break, but we got bills to pay. So
Yeah. If it's the commercial that I think we're putting up, it was a test. Nothing meant by that.
I love how you have to give context about what the hell they're about to witness.
You
All right,
test.
remind
We'll do that.
me of somebody I used to know. You tried to grease me, but this ain't Mykonos. Oh,
You are such a damn hoe.
oh,
You give it up to everybody but
mm.
me. When's my turn? I want sloppy seconds or sloppy hundreds. Please. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing,
Beep.
testing, 1, 2, 3.
I took a gummy before I got here,
Sick.
and we're back. Welcome to a new edition of the
Okay,
Blank with
then.
Carlos and Ryan.
We already
I'm
did that part of the episode, Carlos.
Uh-oh.
You addicted to gummies now? You a gummy bear?
Now, I see. God, I can't believe you did that. Right in front of me. No, I don't say I'm addicted. I enjoyed the sleep though, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do them every once in a while, just in case I want to sleep without the voices in my head telling me about reality.
Ugh.
That's all. UFC this weekend
Is there?
in
I
Toronto.
had no idea.
It's in the 6th.
Okay, so it's a big deal then. Oh, there's gonna be
Mm.
probably some cool parties and stuff like that. Oh, that's why.
What did you notice?
So I was at I went to this ramen place on college with our marketing director on Tuesday.
Mm,
We sat, and this couple sits beside us. I think there were a couple at least. And then I hear this girl talking about UFC,
mm,
like very, very like heavily, and she was
yeah.
talking, but she wasn't talking about like the way that like a fan would talk about it. She was talking about like the organization and like how the event gets organized and all that kind of stuff. And then she was talking about how she's going to go to CBC tomorrow. So I'm assuming she probably works in like the staff that has that's hosting the event or like working on the event and that kind of stuff. So I was really interested. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't want to bother them,
Yeah.
so I didn't really say anything afterwards. But I figured, oh, okay, so there must be some sort of UFC event going on. That makes sense that they're
Mm.
coming to Toronto. So that's actually big.
Was the girl
Toronto's gonna
pretty?
be Toronto. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. She was absolutely stunning.
If you
But
say so.
yeah,
All right.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. It's always a big. It's always big for Toronto when events like
Events.
that come
Yeah,
out. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sean
Bars are gonna make
Strickland.
good money.
Sean Strickland's gonna be here.
Is he fighting?
He is fighting main
Wow.
event. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna have to win it though. The homie he's fighting is a tough one. He's from South Africa.
South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
South Africa. There doesn't seem to be any animosity between them. I think it's because Sean Strickland threatened to stab him,
Okay,
but they seem to
then.
be cool now. They're cool now. See, that's all that matters.
Sean Strickland is
He's pretty unhinged.
psychopath.
Yeah.
He's funny
So
though.
I mean, he's has his fair share of funny
Should
moments.
we be laughing at his mental illness?
Um,
He'll
I
probably
mean, he
stab
seems to
us.
be okay with it.
Yeah.
So I
Hey,
mean,
UFC's gonna
hey,
portray him, give him some money in his
I'm
pocket.
just saying, 'tis the season. You
Yeah.
know, just go ahead, pal. Do what you got to do, and
We actually got a whole bunch of Bell Let's Talk stuff at work the other day.
did you?
Yeah.
When is that happening?
I have
Is
no
it
idea.
this
I
month?
have no idea, I'll be honest with you.
Well, let's talk.
But it was all that speaking of mental illness
Mm-hmm.
or on the topic
We
of
talked about how Bell Let's Talk is absolute bullshit, right?
yeah, 5 cents a
Just
text.
saying.
But
Just saying, guys.
yeah.
All right.
UFC, that's actually
That's a
pretty big. You know, a
big
lot
up.
of like, didn't you go to the Toronto UFC one year?
I didn't.
No,
Not the
you didn't.
Toronto one. I only
Oh,
went
okay.
to the Buffalo one. That
Buffalo.
was who fought that card? It was Cormier versus Ngannou.
Is it worth it to go to these UFC events? You think?
Absolutely. They're
Yeah.
fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're a good time. No, UFC events are always a great time. I mean, depends on the fight card too. Like these next two, not this one coming up. I'm not really a fan of this card to be honest, but the ones after are looking pretty stacked. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited for those. But
Okay.
yeah, no, UFC is always a good time. You know what I mean? Even when you watch it at a bar with friends, it's always a good time.
Yeah.
Always a great time. Always a
All
good
right.
time, great time, great time, good time, good time. I have a story for you.
Story. Story
Not
time with
not not with
Carlos.
me, not about me.
Story time with Carlos.
Now, this is a true story as to what happened. I think over the weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
So a guy is driving in a Jeep on the road.
All right.
I believe this took place in Florida. He's driving along the road
Oh no.
at night
Oh God. In Florida,
in Florida.
it's the worst two things.
Yeah. It's a nightmare waiting to
Yeah.
happen because you never know in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like
Yeah, you never
you
know.
can drive on the road and a naked dude
Yeah.
with for some reason holding an antler's head will come onto the
Yeah.
road
Exactly.
and you have no idea what to do.
Yeah.
So the guy's driving, and I guess animal came onto the road and he avoids it. And he's trying to control the car and control, and the car spins out of control. It flips.
Flips.
It
Damn.
flips.
Scary.
It's horrible. It's awful. So,
Is the person okay?
the person is fine.
Okay. That's
So
good.
the guy's in the car, and he's flipped upside down. And as he's sitting there, he hears a voice
A voice.
from outside the car,
Okay.
and the person that's outside the car reaches his hand in, and he goes, "Hey, brother, let me get you out of their car, brother." And the guy recognizes this voice.
Okay. I got it.
The guy recognizes the voice. He looks up, and who else does he see than the real American himself, Hulk Hogan?
Crazy.
Hulk Hogan.
Crazy.
Hulk
What a
Hogan.
What a coincidence.
What are the chances?
Yeah. What a story.
What is that not insane?
What a story.
Wow, can you imagine?
That's a
Flipped
story that would
upside
happen.
down,
Yeah. That's a story that would happen.
and you
in
hear a
Florida.
recognizable voice. You're like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Are you Hulk Hogan?"
Yes, I am, brother.
Yeah, I am, brother. What you gonna do, brother? While you unplug that goddamn seatbelt, get you out of the car, and while I use my 40-inch pythons to rip you out of the vehicle. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I
What?
love it.
What are the chances?
I love it.
Now,
That's a
who would
story for a
be
lifetime.
absolutely? He's gonna remember that for
he's
literally
gonna
the
tell
rest of his life.
grandkids. that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then when his grandkids ask who is the hell is Hulk Hogan, he can disown them. You are no longer family.
At that point, I think I'd go buy all the Hulk Hogan merch I could
think
find.
so. I at
If
least
I
owe him
survive
that much.
yeah, I owe him that 100%. I'd buy all his stuff.
Can you imagine you were driving on the highway, your car accident, you get into an accident, you look up, and all of a sudden it's Mike Tyson trying to help you out?
I would be very tempted to be like, save me. Save me.
Please save me.
Please save me.
Save me.
Don't eat my
Come
children,
on.
Mike.
Don't eat my children, Mike.
I'm just kidding, Mike. If you ever listen to this,
I'm such a huge fan.
I'm-
Mike, don't leave.
yeah.
The car's on. I screwed that up.
I
you know
screwed
what? I
that up.
deserve
Yeah,
this.
I deserve it.
I deserve this.
gonna
I
go.
deserve to go.
I'm gonna
There we
go.
go. It's like, here, let me give you a hand. And then you just start giggling. You just start giggling. You're like, oh,
Stop it.
God.
Yeah.
Here, let me get you out of the car. Let me get you out of the car, please. Let me help you get out of the car. You're like, oh, come
I love
on,
the,
Mike. Don't talk to me like that.
The most classic Mike Tyson thing that I can think of ever is the CP24 guy.
Oh boy,
That was like the
that
best
took
thing
place.
ever.
That's a Canadian heritage moment.
Literally, if we had like a '90s commercial and those heritage moments,
that would stand the
that
test of-
would be. Hands
Mike was
down.
gonna kill that guy. Oh my god! Like, why would you do that?
He's like, you piece of
You're a
shit.
piece of shit. You on live TV.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, you're a fucking piece of shit.
On
And I'm like,
Canadian live
oh
TV.
my god, which is a no-no.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah, no.
And Mike, well, I mean, the guy was asking. The guy said, "What he was asking about his history. He got
Yeah.
arrested for rape, apparently. Meanwhile, he's not even there for that. He was only talking about a restaurant that his friend was opening.
Such a
I'm
jerk.
like, dude,
Such a jerk.
Like, learn how to
Yeah.
have a conversation.
Weirdo.
Like, can you imagine? Someone is asking you about your day. It's like, hey, man. So I heard about those gun charges, huh? I mean,
Yeah,
that's
literally.
insane. Like, you're like, but hold on.
Yeah.
What?
I'm hearing about your divorce. Yeah.
Like, no.
I heard you lost your
Iron Mike
job.
Tyson.
Yeah.
His name is Iron Mike Tyson. And you ask him dumbass questions like that, and the guy has a nerve to be like, "Oh, Mike, you can't talk like that on stage." No, no, no. You want to talk about a topic that I don't want to talk about? I'm going to talk about however I want to talk.
Yeah. That guy's a dick.
Absolutely.
Is
And
he
he's still on
he's still on
TV.
TV. I think on like
See, I think he's like
CTV or
CTV
something.
now.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've seen him around.
Yeah, well, he knows better. Now he wants nothing to do with celebrities.
Crazy.
I don't like. Come on, do better. Be better. Walmart. Unbelievable. But yes, Hulk Hogan saving you is
I love that.
that
That's
is,
like the best story ever.
that is insane in the brain.
Unfortunate that
Would
had
there
to
be
happen
is there a
in Florida.
celebrity that you think you'd say no to? No to helping you out of the car? You'd be like, no, I'm good. I'll figure this out myself.
I'm gonna roll out of here.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
worry
alright.
about it. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Adam.
For me? Who would it be for me? Millie Bobby Brown,
Millie Bobby Brown.
the chick from Stranger Things.
Why? Why is that?
I mean, it's just like, look at me and look at you. You're puny. Like, hit the gym first and then come back to me. Like, how much do you bench? How much do you bench?
She could save you, man.
No, I'm good.
She could save
She's not.
you.
She's not using her psychic powers like she does in the show. No, I'm gonna die there if she even comes. Like, please, let me help you. Like, no, no, no. Stand there. Watch a real man at work.
Damn.
Machismo.
Damn.
You're out. You're like, no. Done. You know how old we are now? You know the S24, the Samsung S24 is now a thing.
Yes.
S24. Do you even remember when it was just the S7? The S5, the S6?
I remember like the S3 and like the S2.
Is that not insane?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
What is going on?
But has it been 20 something years since like the S line started?
Yeah, man.
Wow. That's crazy. Damn.
We're old, bro.
You know what? I actually watched a review on the S24 today. Funny, and I don't want to get too much into like the whole tech stuff,
but I'm going to anyway. So here it is.
It's crazy because the design of the S24, and I like to like look up that kind of stuff. Like I'm a big, not like a big techie, but I enjoy
like to
looking
dabble.
at that
you're
kind of stuff.
a bandwagoner for the tech.
But it looks exactly like an iPhone.
Yeah, I noticed this. I noticed this a lot.
Like the sides, if you put it right beside an iPhone on a table and you have it side by side, it's like you wouldn't be able to tell if you you'd have to turn the screen on.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to look at the cameras in that sense. But if they're both laying flat on the table with the screen up,
iPhone.
That could be easily be an iPhone.
Well, here's the deal, man. iPhone's been the monster of a phone for like
they're beasting
over
still.
like I believe over like 20 years now.
Beasting still.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, when you're the best, like, what do? You got if you can't beat them, join them or emulate them.
It's crazy because there's been like so many different phone companies, and they all sort of like mimic, or like they take the whole Google route, go with Android, and then there's the whole Android versus Apple sort of debate and conversation. But like no companies come out, at least on from what I feel, and try to make their own like iOS or like their own sort of operating their own software in that sense. Other than like Windows back in the day, when Windows had theirs,
it didn't really work.
BlackBerry kind of had theirs.
Phone. It was actually not a bad phone. Yeah. It was Samsung too, mind you. It was actually not bad. It's just I guess the iOS was just the top tier at the time. It's hard to compete with that. And I know because I was watching have you seen the BlackBerry movie, by the way?
You know what's funny? So I was watching part of it on the plane. I took a plane recently somewhere.
And you don't remember?
I don't remember where I was going on the plane.
That's very concerning.
Was it Atlanta?
I think that's the most recent trip you.
Maybe it was a recent trip I did. Atlanta. Yeah, I think I was watching it on the plane to Atlanta.
Yeah,
and I didn't get to finish it for whatever reason. But it was the first half of it was really good.
It's a good movie. It's actually a really good movie. I know CBC actually turned it into a show.
Oh, really?
Like they took the movie and they split it up in parts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's like I think it's like 3 or 4 parts. But
Okay.
now with the show, the difference is that with the show they actually added like extra scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how. But yeah, it's on CBC Gem. It's free too. So I would definitely do recommend it. I enjoyed the film
Yep.
a lot. I thought it was great. And
Yep.
it's Canada, man. What can
Yeah.
you do? It's a
BlackBerry is like
BlackBerry. That's
the one of the most historic Canadian
it was the
companies.
phone. It was the
Yeah.
best phone before iPhone.
Yeah.
It was the phone.
Yeah. Like all around the world,
Yeah,
pretty much.
no, it was
Yeah.
like the best phone over like everyone was using
Yeah.
like a BlackBerry. Sorry,
And to see like
BBM.
the growth
Like
of like that company grow into what it is, and what it was at that point in
yeah,
time, and then they're not doing phone stuff anymore, and
right.
but it was crazy. So definitely go check that out.
It really goes to show you because I
Yeah.
remember the scene in the movie in the BlackBerry movie when they actually in the at the head office they're actually watching the announcement of the iPhone
Mm-hmm.
at the BlackBerry
Mm-hmm.
office, and they're like, "All right, everyone, get back to work. This is nothing. This is nothing." And then years pass, and iPhone's dominating. They're like,
Blow the fuck
"Yeah,"
up.
and then they're just like, well, the who was it? I think it was Bell. They had a meeting with BlackBerry, like, "How are you going to compete with the iPhone?
Yeah.
Because like they're taking over right now."
Well, honestly, like when the first iPhone came out, that was like the most innovative thing that happened to
Absolutely.
technology in a
Even the
long
iPod
time.
Touch was insane.
Yeah, absolutely nuts.
Yeah, no, it was a legit game changer.
Well, like all of the iPods and all that kind of stuff was nuts. Like you could hold all your
Yes.
music, very simple
And a
interface.
lot of it wasn't just like
Yeah,
minimal. It was
they
a
were like the
lot of music.
first handheld device that can hold gigabytes worth of
Of music,
data
yes.
into this thing that you could listen
Video,
to. Video,
yeah.
like I remember back in
Photos,
grade 8 looking at one of those things for the first time and being like, "Holy crap,
yeah.
like how innovative. This is nuts." You know what I mean? And then um yeah, like good on iPhone for really for doing it,
I mean, what
like
can you
really
do?
changing the
You
game in that
literally,
sense, and they're bearing the fruit now or
yeah.
eating the fruit now,
They've been the best for
We're not
more than
fans of
20.
we're not
Yeah,
fans of
let's see.
iPhones.
Let's see. If you guys get to know us, you'll know that we ain't gonna conform to no iPhone. All
We're
right,
Pixel
we're
fans,
Android till we die, baby.
but
All right,
it doesn't mean
Android till the death of me.
I can't give them their flowers when
Absolutely.
they deserve it.
Hey,
So
we have sportsmanship. We have good sportsmanship.
yeah.
That's all. That's all. Oh, let's go back to sports a little bit. Who you got for football, NFL?
Um,
who do you think is going to the Super Bowl?
I'm going with the Bills, man. I'm going with the
Whoa, Josh
Bills.
Allen and the boys.
I'm going with the
You
Bills.
want Stephon Diggs and them to make it to the
Yep.
Super Bowl?
I'm going with the Diggs,
Yeah, eh?
with the Bills
Okay,
and the
okay.
Allens.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. No, it's just because like the Bills are so close to Toronto.
Yeah.
I feel
Close to
like
home.
for any person that's trying to get into football, and if you're, somewhat of a Toronto homer, you have to be a
You have
Bills
to go
fan.
to yeah. I
You got
mean
to be a
the
Bills fan.
Bills, the Buffalo is the closest stadium, I guess, to
And then
watch
we
it.
had like I actually was talking to somebody recently that knows sort of the story of why the Bills were playing in Toronto for so many years. And he was telling me like the owner of the Bills and the owner of the Rogers Center at the time was like, "Man, we can make so much money on this. Like we
Mm.
should bring the Bills up to Toronto and
Yes.
play a couple of games." So then for a certain amount of years, they pretty much like brought the Bills up to play against random teams, or they play against a CFL team if they couldn't get an actual NFL game in Toronto.
Right.
And they would gouge the tickets. Like they would put them a stupid amount. But the thing about they knew Canadians were going to pay it
Mm.
because we didn't
It's the
have our we
Bills.
didn't there was the Bills. We didn't
Yeah.
have our own NFL team.
Right.
The Bills during those years weren't good at all.
No, I actually remember
Yeah.
watching those commercials. I mean,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're playing here,
And,
and the team that they played against were never like
yeah, it was
anyone
like a
of
Detroit
yeah.
game or like one of the lower like, seeded teams that didn't do too well. But
Right.
that was like hearing the history of it was really cool. But like that's what gained like such a Toronto fan base and
Mm.
why a lot of Torontonians are big Bills fans in that
Yeah.
sense. So like I would run with the Bills, if I wasn't a Colts fan. Just one of those things. So yeah, I'm rooting for the Bills, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah.
and you?
Who am I got win? I don't care. So long as the Cowboys are out, I am
Yeah, that is true.
happy. How about them boys, huh?
Yeah.
Suck it, Dallas.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm not gonna lie, like, being a football fan, I'm extremely happy that the Cowboys got knocked out.
Yep.
They had a
You
disgusting.
are, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you are the worst kind of human being. I wish nothing but absolute sorrow and misery for your life, and you suck.
um, I do feel bad for Philly fans, but I'm glad they're out as well.
Is that right?
Yep. They choked. They
I'm
choked.
bummed out about that because I had made a bet that I'm not a Philly fan in any stretch. Honestly, I think anyone who likes them also are terrible people, miserable, like horrible people. Of the bald quality of the sense. Yeah, you're if you are a Philly fan, you're a bald, you're a horrible person, and you know who you are listening to this. All right,
Man, Carlos
that's
came
all.
into the second half of this episode
I'm choosing violence this episode.
just
I need me
violence.
a gum.
Oh,
I need my fix, man, and I haven't had a gummy in a very long time. I need my
jeez,
fix. But
jeez.
yes, I was sad about the Philly loss because I bet that a certain someone who is a fan of Philly, they had their doubts that they were going to make it to the Super Bowl, and I said, dude, they are absolutely more than qualified to make it to the Super Bowl. They are a solid team, and they had a pretty decent record this season, and I bet the person that if they did make it to the Super Bowl, that I would be getting free Long Island iced teas for the rest of the year, and I did not want to miss out on an offer like that. So I immediately took up on it. I didn't watch the game because I didn't want to get too stressed out, and luckily I did not watch it. I saw the score at the end, and not only did they lose, but Jason Kelsey apparently retired. So that certain fan must be going through a really tough time this past week. So my heart goes out to you, pal, and feel better. Die, Eagles, die on the road to misery.
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know who I want to win the Super Bowl this year. I just want to see a good game as well.
I'm
I
excited
want to
for
see a
Usher.
fun game. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, Usher. That's gonna be a
If I'm
halftime.
betting, I'm going to say this now. If I'm going to bet money on what song he's going to perform first, you don't have to call.
Ooh, really?
I think he's going to play that one first. I'm going to play. If FanDuel has something on it of what song he's going to play, I'm saying you
You
don't
don't
have to
have to
call.
call.
I'm calling it
Uh,
first.
you know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna do like a really quick intro. I'm gonna guess nice and slow.
Woo!
Yeah, I think he's gonna come out with nice and slow, like maybe like the first 10 seconds
Yeah.
of it, and then he's gonna go into
And
something
so
more.
then that's
Yeah,
okay. That's not bad.
nice and
That's
slow.
not a bad pick.
I'm going with that one.
Because I don't know. I wanted to say Confessions Part 2 because of the whole meme that came out of it, but I don't think he's gonna start off with that.
Well, you know what? With the Rolling Stones just putting that song out, it wouldn't be a bad idea if he did that song.
Like first,
Because for a lot of people,
don't get me wrong, he's performing that song
yeah,
100%. It's just a matter of it's going first.
I just for like the R&B Rolling Stones list that came out
Yeah.
that we were talking about.
Did you review
previously.
that?
Not yet,
Oh my
unfortunately.
God. Come on.
Hopefully next episode. But if that comes out, he does that song. I definitely think he'll gain some sort of fans in that sense.
Mm,
That maybe haven't listened to Usher. Everyone, I feel like a lot of people know Usher. It's
absolutely.
pretty rare that you live in
Who
today's
doesn't know
society,
Usher?
unless you're
Even if you
like,
don't know a
yeah,
single song from Usher, who doesn't
yeah,
know
you can
Usher?
probably see his face. You don't like know of
Absolutely.
it.
You
So
know Usher.
I think that will gain like a decent amount of fan base if he does Confessions Part 2 because of the Rolling Stones hype, because of that meme. So we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm going with nice and slow.
Okay. All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. Place your bets as to what song he's going. Apparently, the person who won the Rihanna bet, somebody bet that she was going to do that song first. She wants some. That person wants some nice dough.
Really?
Mm.
There's always some fun bets and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff around the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Like last year, for those who aren't on FanDuel, FanDuel actually happened to sponsor a field goal kick
They're doing it this year
for
again
Gronk.
too.
Yeah, and they're doing it this year as
Yeah.
well. I bet that he was going to make it. He didn't. That bum.
That goof. You absolute goof.
And this year, I'm going to put money
How much
that
would
you
he have
will
won
make
if
it.
he?
I have no. It wasn't much. It
wasn't
was like
much,
one of those fun bets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
It was like if you put $5 down, you probably win like
yeah.
$7 or something like
Okay.
that.
So
It wasn't anything crazy.
Nothing that's I imagine.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna bet that you make it again this year, Gronk. So I'm rooting
Don't
for you.
Don't disappoint, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had literally a year to make up for that absolute goofball of a.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and it's during Valentine's weekend.
Ooh, I don't believe in Valentine's.
That's a banger of a song.
Wally's a god, man.
Oh my God.
I don't believe in Valentine. What is it? It's the 14th?
Valentine's the 14th, but
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl's on
is
the 11th.
the 11th. Okay. I
Yeah.
like it.
I
like it a lot.
lot.
February's going to be a packed month.
I mean,
Yeah.
why
Some
do
good
you say that?
stuff. There's going to be some good stuff in February.
Like what?
It's got some good stuff.
Oh,
It's got some good stuff.
NBA All-Star Weekend.
NBA All-Star Weekend as well.
That's right.
Super Bowl.
Woo!
Yeah. But we'll see.
We shall see. We shall see. We gonna see. Man, if only the Bears made it. We're gonna win. Look at me. Look at me. Before I die, I will witness the Bears go to the Bears go to the Super Bowl. I'm calling it.
Damn.
Watch it.
Damn.
They're gonna do it, boys. We them boys. Let's go Bears.
Damn.
Bears. I'm calling it now.
Damn.
Why don't you do? Maybe call it up to the.
No, we're not winning. No,
Oh.
not in my lifetime. That's
Oh
for sure.
no.
No.
With that crackhead of
I'm
a
gonna be
CEO.
opioid ass.
You freaking bum.
Yeah, honestly, we're not
You
winning.
should be making good trades
No.
instead of goddamn doing goddamn heroin.
Honestly, man, all of my money that I've ever bought, I've bought merchandise directly from the NFL store,
Yeah.
which would give profit or revenue to the Colts
Yeah.
for buying jerseys from
So
them.
you're just adding to his drug.
I'm giving into his drug
Yeah.
addiction,
Yeah.
and yeah, we're not gonna win.
All right.
Definitely
Well,
not.
you heard it here,
That's
folks.
just the way it is.
That is one of the saddest supporters I've ever heard, but it's fine.
Tired of being heartbroken.
Yeah. Well, I can see that now.
It plays in the whole Valentine thing, so hey.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey.
So York Region came out with a list of the top 5 most wanted auto theft stealers in York Region.
Like
The people,
individuals.
Really? Yeah.
How the hell do they even have that?
I guess they have a history of stealing. But yeah, they came out. I think it was like one female was on there, and the rest were male, and 2 of them were Nigerian.
Oh, wow!
So suck on that. And then we're gonna end on that note because you know what?
They got good jollof though.
Yeah. Oh Jesus!
It's not as good as. It is not as good.
Do not start. Do not start. Do not start. Right. Bro, we're gonna end this on a good note, not a bad note. Okay.
I like
you know how I feel about that topic.
I like it.
All right. And just for that comment, I hope you fuckers get found, and I hope they give you the goddamn chair. And on that note, thank you for joining us this week. And tune in next week where we'll also be up to some shenanigans. And who knows? We'll talk about stuff because that's what the blank is. We try to solve the world's problems one puzzle at a time. All right? And on that note, I'm Carlos.
I'm Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube anytime. We have videos on videos. We're on 133 right now.
Yeah.
All right? And we're available wherever podcasts are
available.
All right? So give us a chance. And don't forget, as always, y'all, fill it in.
Fill it in, everybody.
Fill it in. You remember that.
Peace, everybody.
Ganyan Jollof is the greatest thing in mankind history. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Wow.